evening. I'm your MC tonight. My name is Alex Page. Great pleasure to be here on what promises to be a great occasion. I'd like to begin this evening by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Barkindji people and the Williakali people of the Barkindji Nation. I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respect and our respect to their elders, both past, present and emerging. Tonight has been something that has been in the works for a number of years, and I think it's a really great initiative to showcase the phenomenal sporting talent that we've produced in this community. To borrow a sporting term, this community certainly bats above its average when it comes to the calibre of athlete we produce on a general level and also at an elite level. I know from reading through the bios of all the people we're inducting tonight, there were some genuinely surprising moments at how well some of our people have excelled on a national and international stage, and it brings me great pleasure to see that happen. And also, with so many kids here in the room tonight who will be presenting the awards, the future looks pretty bright based on some of the information I've read about them. If I'm still around in 25 years, I might be inducting them into the awards in 25 years' time. Regional Development Australia have been the ones who've spearheaded tonight, the Far West Regional Development Australia team, and they've done an amazing job to get this all together. As we can all appreciate, even just rocking up and being here in the room tonight, it takes a lot of work to get something like this together. I think it's worthwhile, even before we started, to put your hands together for all of the RDA team. Also, I'd like to thank the golf club as well for generously, not donating the venue, but providing the venue tonight. I think there is no better venue in Broken Hill, no better view in Broken Hill to have an event like this, so I think it should be a very special night. Without any further preamble from me, I would like to invite the man who spearheaded this initiative this evening, Michael Williams, who is the Director of Regional Development for Far West Regional Development Australia. That is a mouthful, Michael.
Thanks, Alex. Look, I'd also like to begin by paying my respects to the elders past and present and Aboriginal elders that may be from other communities here tonight. Welcome to the athletes being inducted, their family and their friends, our invited guests, and a special welcome to the next generation of sporting champions and their families who will induct our inductees tonight. I also appreciate a lot of people have travelled to be here tonight, so thank you for travelling and welcome back to Broken Hill. Look, it truly is a privilege to be here tonight and witness the induction of 24 of the region's most amazing sporting champions into the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame, and something that's made it a little bit more special by being the inaugural induction ceremony. So the Sporting Hall of Fame, as Alex mentioned, is something that's been in the planning stages for quite a while. Prior to COVID, we were pretty much ready to go, but as with everything in the world, it was put everything on hold and wait for more certain times. So finally, now we're able to hold the induction ceremony and recognise the achievements of these amazing athletes. Far West New South Wales enjoys a long and proud history of sporting excellence, and we hope to celebrate, inspire and educate through the many inspirational stories of local people excelling in their chosen sports. Tony, many people have asked us why, after almost 140 years, are we establishing a Far West Sporting Hall of Fame? And there's so many reasons, but I'll stick to just a few. Our vision is to preserve and celebrate the history of sport in Far West New South Wales, and really to inspire the generations that follow us to strive for their best in both life and in sport. Sport's significant for us. It's significant in our region. It plays a defining role in the history of our region and a defining role in the present for many of us. Whether we play, coach, undertake an administrative role, or spend hours and hours and hours of our weekends on the sidelines supporting our kids to play, most of us are involved in some way, shape or form. So the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame will document and promote the extraordinary achievements of our sporting champions. And I'm sure we've all heard people say, we're planning on leaving Broken Hill because our kids have sporting talent and we want to ensure they can reach their goals. Unfortunately, this is something we hear all too often and something that so many people believe. For many reasons, people can't believe they can't even begin to reach their sporting goals from regional Australia. And achieving those goals may mean that at some stage, many of our athletes will be required to relocate for their sport. But we want to highlight the fact that sporting achievements at the highest level is not only possible from regional Australia, but really focus the spotlight on the incredible number of athletes that have actually achieved the highest level and reached their goals from far West New South Wales. I'm sure we're all well aware of the significant potential our region has for growth over the coming years, with many new enterprises set to develop. Many of the challenges they face are around staffing challenges, and we need to be able to attract people into our region if we're to reach our potential. To do this, we need to ensure that we meet the needs and expectations of our existing and new residents, but we need to reassure them that living in far west New South Wales is not a compromise. That dreaming big and reaching their goals from the region is not only possible, but we have a long history of sporting excellence and a long list of people that have already established the pathway. So in short, we hope the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame inspires and motivates our future generations. We hope to dispel the myth that reaching your goals can only happen from metropolitan Australia, and we hope to document and preserve the sporting history. Achieving the level of success that these athletes have achieved isn't easy, regardless of where you live. Reaching the highest levels is hard work. It requires dedication, commitment, natural talent, significant support, and potentially many hours of travel. If it was easy, we would have all done it. But these guys have. And the athletes being inducted here tonight have demonstrated that it is certainly possible. In fact, Booker T. Washington once said, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life, but by the obstacles in which one has overcome." And I'm sure that all of the athletes being inducted here tonight have overcome many obstacles, but they've also achieved real success. So going forward, we're still really trying to understand the significant number of people that could be eligible for the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame, that have reached the highest levels of their sport. And we're now looking at how we ensure every single one of those sporting champions that are eligible to be inducted are inducted and recognised. And we believe there's well over 100 people spanning time that could be eligible for induction into the Far West Champions section. So the Far West Champions section of the Hall of Fame recognises athletes and administrators, coaches, trainers, etc. that have reached the highest level of their sport with consideration of the era in which they competed. Unfortunately, at this stage, the Sporting Hall of Fame will remain a virtual Hall of Fame. It will be hosted on our Far West Proud website, and that's actually live now for you guys to be able to see. And whilst we don't have an opportunity to wander through a building that captures the spirit, the images, the uniforms, the equipment of our sporting champions, it does allow people from all over the world to understand more about our sporting champions and more about Far West New South Wales. We'll keep trying, but we may never reach a physical Hall of Fame, but we're certainly investigating some other options, including a Walk of Fame or a Wall of Fame that physically recognises the achievements of our local champions. Obviously, events such as this take a significant amount of time, planning, coordination, but we're really hoping to conduct a ceremony pretty much the same as this every few years until we catch up and make sure that we've inducted every sporting champion that's eligible to be inducted. In time, just because we're suckers, we'd actually like to extend the Hall of Fame categories to recognise local legends as well. So people that have made a huge difference locally to their chosen sport, they've done incredible things, but for whatever reason they may not have reached the highest level of their sport. And I'm sure everybody sitting here tonight can think of many people that fit into that category. To our athletes being inducted, you've all overcome your own personal challenges to reach your goals. You've adapted, you've remained focused, you've put in the serious hard yards, the stress and the really exhausting self-discovery. Of course, you know that. You lived it, your families know that, and your friends know that. But what you may not know is the opportunity that you've now created for young people across our community, because you guys are their role models. Our local sporting bodies, all run by volunteers, and I'm sure we're all aware of many of them, they create the opportunity every single week. Sport runs every week in Broken Hill. They spend hours and hours and hours of their personal time planning, coordinating, coaching. However, sometimes, with the very best intentions, we can create opportunity, but it's not always enough. Most of us have had opportunity to participate in sport. You guys, our inductees tonight, are the role models that that bring opportunity and ambition together. And we've all heard the age-old saying, if you can see it, you can be it. So creating opportunity and clearly highlighting the successful role models, we hopefully inspire and motivate our next generations. And I don't think we can underestimate role models. Role models show us all, and especially our young people, how to live with integrity, optimism, hope, determination and compassion. And they play an essential role in our ongoing development. Whether we realise it or not, each one of us have role models. We model our behaviour, our words and our actions on certain individuals. Most of us don't pick our role models intentionally. Instead, we simply imitate the people that we spend our time with, or the people that we notice reaching for their stars and achieving their goals. You, our athletes being inducted here tonight, are the role models that so many future generations will aspire to emulate, because you're local role models. You've achieved what so many of us dream to achieve, and you're proof that it can be done. You're the people that have achieved the success. Your achievement is simply amazing. It is inspiring, and you've definitely helped put sport on the map in Far West New South Wales. For me personally, this has been a fairly incredible journey. Understanding more about our local sporting champions and a little bit about their journey, it's been an absolute privilege. I'd like to take just a few moments to recognise the people that have supported the establishment of the Hall of Fame, and without these guys, tonight wouldn't be possible. Eventually, we plan that the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame will become a standalone organisation, and we really wanted to make sure that we set out on the right foot. And to make sure that we did that, we thought it was really important to establish the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame Selection Committee. So this is a group of people that will review and refine, if necessary, our guidelines, that will read and research the nominations and determine the eligibility of nominations put forward. And I wish to sincerely thank those people that have willingly joined and given freely of their time and demonstrated absolute commitment to contribute to the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame. So Alex Page, Gaynor Holiday and Colin Casey, my sincerest thank you. You're incredible people, and you've enthusiastically embraced the Hall of Fame to ensure not only that it has the integrity that it deserves, but your commitment to ensure the Hall of Fame stands time and is inclusive of every single sport in our region is truly commendable. I'd also like to recognise our RDA Far West Board. These guys consistently look beyond the obvious to support the growth of our region. Establishing the Hall of Fame is certainly not an RDA normal role, but you guys are well and truly beyond the ordinary. And of course, I'd like to recognise and sincerely thank Alex. Alex Bullock, when he performs these duties as MC for us, and he does an amazing job. Thanks, mate. It takes many, many people to bring a night like this together, and I want to offer my sincere appreciation to a whole lot of people. We can't fit them all in, but to Lee from Edge ITT, who's been able to provide all the technical stuff so that we can zoom this around to everybody that couldn't be here tonight. Michelle and Jason for the videos. Lee, who's cooking our dinner as we speak. The Golf Club, who've been amazingly supportive of this event. And of course, I've missed so many people, but my sincerest thank you to those people. Finally, congratulations again to our inductees and their families, many of whom have witnessed and supported the hard work, the dedication, the commitment that enabled you to reach your goals, and they now get to witness you being inducted into the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame. Enjoy the night. It's your night, and it's a testament to the commitment and sporting talent you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Next, I'd like to invite forward Mr. Dave Gallagher, who is the Chair of the Far West Regional Development Australia.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alex. I'll make this fairly short and sweet and get on to the major part of the evening. Look, I'm honoured to be here tonight to be in the midst of some great athletes which have represented Australia, represented their country, represented Broken Hill proudly, and at Commonwealth Games, like we have a gymnast, a couple of gymnasts, Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games in front of us. We have a skeet shooter, Australian champion. We've had bowls, we've had quoits. We've even got a bobsled. Believe it or not, Jamaica had one, so have we. So it comes from the coldest place, the most hottest place in the world, to the other most driest place in the world, to go to the snow and compete for their country. We've got boxers, we've got speedway, we've got speed champions. Frey's there, done some fantastic jobs during the times. I could rattle these people off all night. I'm so proud to be their presence tonight. It was a big challenge. I come to a board meeting at the RDA Far West to Sporting Hall of Fame, and a virtual Sporting Hall of Fame. The board said go for it. Michael took it up, and Gaynor took it up and ran with it. And a number of years have gone by, but this has been achieved. Broken Hill is very, very proud of its heritage. It's very, very proud of a lot of things. If you go down the expressway to Sydney, between Sydney and Gosford, royalties from there built the Calgary Expressway. That come from Broken Hill. And the athletes we've got from Broken Hill that's competed in the world, best in the world. They've won gold medals, they've won silver medals, but the situation is they competed. They represented their country and they represented their communities. It's fantastic to see. I don't think of any other town that has done this. I don't think of any other place that has done this. And I'm very, very proud to be the Far West, the regional development of the Far West, to have this done. Michael spoke about maybe a permanent Hall of Fame. It could be, Michael, if you want to get it done, it'll be done. And there's only one person, and two people really, that's got this moving and going. The board said yes, John, Sue, Byron, and Greg said, yeah, let's give it a go. But the two people have driven it, and driven it hard. Michael Williams and Gaynor Halliday, thank you very much. Just in closing, thank you for the athletes for representing their country and the city of Broken Hill, which I'm a very, very proud citizen. But thank you to the families, the mums, the dads, the cousins, the brothers, the sisters that took you to these locations, that helped you achieve what you've achieved. Your coaches, thank you to them as well. But most of all, thank you very much for coming tonight, and we'll get the festivities going. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dave. So just to let people know, rather than hear from every individual athlete for the evening, there were some that were keen to say a few words. There were some that were dead keen not to say any words at all. So we decided to have one delegate speak on behalf of all of our wonderful inductees today, talk a little bit about their journey. So I'd like to invite forward Mrs. Kim Harvey to come forward this evening.
You do that, takes a lot of microphone.
You are a gymnast, Kim.
Well, Michael Williams and representatives from Regional Development Australia, Far West New South Wales, fellow inductees, special guests, good evening. It is a pleasure to be celebrating here on Barkindji country tonight. I've been asked to say a few words tonight as a representative of the 24 inductees. As you will soon see through the amazing work of Jason King, his video production has captured the stories and testimonials of an incredibly diverse group of talented, committed, proud, grateful and humble people who are athletes, coaches, trainers and administrators. As the inaugural group of inductees, we represent 14 very different sports, from lawn bowls to gridiron, from speedway to bobsleigh. And our sporting careers span from the 1960s to the present. Some of our sporting careers lasted a few years, others have lasted decades. Trying to capture the thoughts and feelings of every inductee is impossible, but I will do my best to highlight those things I believe we will have in common within our sporting journey and our connection to this beautiful Far West region. I'd like to start by saying thank you to Michael Williams, Gaynor Holiday, and the team at Regional Development Australia, Far West New South Wales, for firstly initiating the Far West New South Wales Sporting Hall of Fame, and secondly, for organising this memorable occasion to celebrate our induction with those who are dear to us. I would like to acknowledge the family and friends who have come along to support the inductees this evening. I know I wouldn't be standing here as an inductee without an incredible support system at every step of my sporting journey. We wouldn't be here either without the people who nominated us for this recognition, and I thank those people. I would also like to say how special it is that tonight we will be presented with this recognition by young locals, many of whom are passionate about their own sporting field and working hard to fulfil their own dreams. To all of them I say, keep believing in yourself and keep reaching for the stars. Like every other inductee in this room tonight, I didn't achieve my sporting accomplishments on my own. It took a whole support system of family, friends, coaches, fellow team members and the wider community to achieve our sporting goals. These are people who believe in you, who lift you up when you fall, and which literally happens a lot in gymnastics, comfort you through injury, travel long distances to cheer you on from the sidelines, and maybe even debate the outcome with a judge or referee. Celebrate with you when you've achieved your best and console you when you don't. Drive you to practice, buy you uniforms and equipment, and give their time and unconditional love to help you reach your goals. We owe a great deal of gratitude to all of those people. Thank you. Whether the inductees were born in Broken Hill or Wilcannia, or grew up at a station outside of Broken Hill, or moved here early in their life, we can all say that we share the incredible privilege of knowing this Far West region as home, as the place that gave us the opportunities to fulfil our sporting goals at a local, national and international level. Some people may think that growing up in a regional area limits your ability to succeed in the sporting arena. But when you look around this room and read the inductee stories and the programs on our tables, you can't help but burst with pride at what has been achieved in our region. And I have no doubt that this inaugural group of inductees is just the tip of the iceberg. This Sporting Hall of Fame highlights the importance that sports holds in regional communities, and particularly in Broken Hill, where sport has always played an integral role in bringing our community together. I know from my personal experience that without the support from the wider community, I would not have been given the opportunities to compete at an international level. I'm sure my fellow gymnasts here tonight feel the same way. In thinking about what it is about this region, and Broken Hill in particular, that has created a foundation for producing so many elite sportsmen and women, I've looked at some of those characteristics that I feel describe this city: pride, courage, adaptability, creativity, toughness, perseverance, resilience and mateship. I believe those are the qualities within each of the inductees that have helped us to achieve at the highest level in our sport. Or it could also be that the stars shine so much brighter here in the outback that reaching them seems all the more possible. Congratulations to all of my fellow inductees. And once again, on behalf of the inductees, I would like to thank the Regional Development Australia Far West New South Wales for this wonderful recognition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kim, and fantastic words about, I guess, the journey it takes and the people you need around you to achieve the wonderful things that people in this room have achieved. We're going to enjoy a short video now which will showcase the wonderful athletes that we have on offer that we're honouring this evening.
Success to me means waking up every day feeling good about who you are, what you're doing, feeling good about the pursuits that you're pursuing in your life.
Well, success, I guess it reinforces that if you want to do something and you focus on it and you work hard, then you will most likely achieve it.
For a young athlete, I just say, put yourself out there, take any opportunity you're given, you never know what's going to be around the corner.
The recognition of people's achievements in sport are one thing, or a thing that other people see and think, yes, maybe if I worked as hard at my particular sport, might be a different sport. But if you put in, in life, you get out of it what you put in.
You really need to have the passion to do it. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but you have to enjoy it. And I think, the enjoyment comes from not just your accomplishments and your achievements, but also that sense of camaraderie with those that you train with and really take in the things that you learn.
Any person who's got any little bit of ability on board, yes, go for your goal. Okay, we may not have the mentally fitness down, but everything is achievable if you've got the will to practice.
Success to me in the sport was really doing the best I could.
Strength is basically getting a good result. It's what we train for. We all want to win. Winning is an amazing feeling. It doesn't matter how many times you win. You win again tomorrow, it's still going to be a great feeling. That's what we train for. So,
aim to be the best you can be, and if you miss out on selection, that doesn't define you as a player. What defines you as a player or a competitor is what you do to improve all the time, and what you do to be the best you can be.
I like to think that I can do the best that I can at whatever I do in that way, and to give everything. And if you don't get out, if you don't put in, so
Just doing your best and what will be will be,
Think of yourself as a wet tap and get every drip you can out of yourself. It's surprising how much you've got to give if you really have the right attitude.
For any young athlete, no dream's impossible. Look, we managed to do it from a hometown where we used to set up our own equipment, pack it away. Didn't have the obviously the equipment of city people. It just needs that determination, that drive, your dedication to training.
Training is foundation. And you have to make training fun where you enjoy it yourself, to be able to work on everyone's got flaws, even the greats. They've got little flaws that they work hours and hours on.
Most importantly, to know that it doesn't matter whether you win or you come last, as long as you have done your best and you've enjoyed the game. That's the most important part. That's why we do it.
If you love a sport and you train hard, you put in the effort, really anything's possible.
If you've got a dream and you've got a goal, chase it. Absolutely chase it. Do everything possible. The reward will be there in the end. Just chase your dream. Don't ever give up on it.
Very inspiring words from all our athletes. As most of you will have realised that dinner is being served currently, but what we're going to do is we're going to keep pushing through. So please feel free to eat. Don't wait for any long thing. There's not any prompts. Just eat as we go. Keep the chewing noises to a minimum if you can. So just to let you know how we're going to do this evening, we name the athlete being inducted. And after they're named, we'd like them to make their way to the stage. While that happens, there will be a video about that individual athlete. And we can see a little bit about their journey. I'll talk a little bit about what they achieved. There's also, you'll notice a program in the middle of your table too, which gives a fairly in-depth story on each of the athletes too. If you did want to read about them throughout, jump ahead and spoil the party if you wanted to. And then we'll also invite our future superstars to come forward and present the awards to our athletes. So the first athlete that we're presenting to this evening is Troy Andrews, as an Order of Australian Merit.
My name is Ali.
Sorry, yes, I did forget. We do have a video featuring our wonderful future sporting stars first to enjoy, so my apologies. So enjoy this video.
My name is Darlene Dobridge. I play netball and I also do gymnastics.
My name is Thomas King. In the winter seasons, I play soccer, whereas right now I'm playing basketball.
My name is Zara. I do gymnastics, swimming and dancing.
My name is Rory. I play soccer, basketball and AFL.
My name is Zoe. I play gymnastics and basketball.
My name is Levi. I mostly play basketball and soccer.
My name is Joe.
My name is Piper.
I play soccer.
I play gymnastics.
My name is Jai. I play soccer, basketball and I do swimming as well.
Hi, my name's Mackenzie Stein. I dance, swim, play basketball and football.
My name is Nash.
I play football, motocross, swimming, basketball.
My name is Lily Stokes.
I play basketball, swimming, ballet, little athletics and football.
My name is Hamish Finch. I do motocross.
My name is Lester Andrews.
I play motocross, basketball and soccer.
My name is Imogen. I play little athletics, football, basketball, swimming, dance.
Hello, my name is Caden Johns and I enjoy playing basketball.
My name is Emmy Andrews. I ride horses and I play netball.
When I grow up, I aspire to be a famous soccer player, someone like Ronaldo or Messi.
I really want to run my own dance studio or gym studio.
When I grow up, I want to play American football.
My goal is when I grow up to compete in the Olympics.
I want to play soccer.
I want to play tennis,
ride motorbikes. I want to play girls' Geelong football team.
Make it to American Supercross or something.
I want to be a professional basketball player.
I would like to be an A-grade when I grow up.
The best part about playing this sport is playing with your friends.
To have fun and make my teammates have a go.
My favourite thing about sport is playing with my friends.
The activeness and the teamwork about the team games.
I get to play with my friends and I get to make new friends while playing.
You're always active and it's a social thing to do with all your friends.
Creating local community and spending time with my friends.
It's all for fun, getting out with all my friends. I like playing sport just to have fun.
My favourite thing about motocross is probably meeting new friends
and most of all having fun. If I would say something to people who are getting the award in the whole time, I would say congratulations, well done. You are very talented and that all your effort and success that you put in has really paid off.
Well done and thanks for teaching us all of the things that you've done.
Good job for getting to where you are.
Good job, you worked so hard. Good job, you deserve this.
Congratulations for getting this far in your sporting career.
Good job.
Congratulations for making it so far.
Congratulations.
You did an amazing job and you deserve to be where you are now.
I don't know about you, but that was very enjoyable. The kids that are in the room tonight clearly have the right attitude for success. I think they're in the best position, they're positive, and they're pretty passionate about the sports they're involved in. Some are involved in 5 or 6. Make you feel quite tired hearing about it. We look forward to seeing and hearing more about those kids later in the evening. But as I mentioned before, we're going to get to our inductees this evening. We're rolling in alphabetical order in case people didn't realise from the program. So the first inductee this evening is Troy Andrews. Okay, Troy's unable to be here this evening, unfortunately, to accept his award. But Troy has represented Australia at 5 Paralympic Games. He achieved 4th in the air pistol discipline in the 1984 Paralympics. He won a gold medal for wheelchair basketball in the 1996 Paralympic Games, so he changed sports entirely. He won a gold medal in the 1998 Himeji Japan 3-on-3 tournament. He has an Order of Australia medal, an Australian sporting medal. He's represented Australia over 250 times, and he's had over 600 games representing the Adelaide Thunder National Wheelchair Basketball League team, and he's won 5 national titles with South Australia. Round of applause to Troy Andrews. Our next inductee is Cheryl Barry.
I'm Cheryl Barry, lived in Broken Hill all my life, born and bred. I'm very proud to be a Broken Hill person. I grew up riding horses and went on to softball, played a bit of tennis here and there, and then took up lawn bowls. Well, I think all people, all sports people in Broken Hill actually do very well because of that. We're so isolated and we don't get to have very much competition. So if you want to excel in your sport, any chosen sport, you have to put in to be very good, because the time you go away and compete, and you've got to be as good as what they are. If you want to and you're dedicated enough in your bowls, you can go to the tops, not just in Broken Hill, because it's straight away. I'm sort of overblown with it. It's taken me by surprise, and I'm very proud to be there.
So Cheryl's major sporting achievements include that she's competed for South Australia at the Australian National Bowling Arm Championships on 5 occasions. She's the Zinc Bowling Club Singles Champion 2009, 2010, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. You're looking option here. She's the Zinc Bowling Club Pairs Champion in 2010, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And she's also the 2022 South Australian Region 4 Champion of Champions. Now, Cheryl is being inducted tonight by Imogen Stokes. If we can have Imogen come forward to the stage. Imogen enjoys giving all sports a try. Imogen has represented Broken Hill in basketball, playing in 2 carnivals this season for the Broncos under-12s, as well as playing in the local competition. She swims with the Alma Swim Club, has danced with Joy Baldwin School of Dance for 4 years, and plays football for the mighty Central Magpies. Imogen also enjoys participating in all school sporting gala days, swimming carnivals, athletics carnivals, and cross country, and is looking forward to little athletics starting up again.
Good job.
So a round of applause for Cheryl Barry and Imogen Stokes. Just I was wondering about what the exchange of awards were about. Each of our people who are presenting the awards to our inductees are also receiving a commemorative certificate, thanking them for their appearance here this evening to honour our sporting champions. Next, we honour Trevor Barry.
Trevor Barry, local of Broken Hill, born and bred in Broken Hill. The pinnacle of my sport was gaining selection in the South Australian State Bowling Arm side for the Australian National Sides Championships. and played 2016 in Broadbeach, 2017 in Moama, 2018 East Maitland, 2019 at Tranmere in Adelaide. We're very fortunate to have a most excellent coach, bowling law box coach in Broken Hill, Peter Gagler. He's coached at state, national and international level, and he took me under his wing and gave me drills to improve my game. It's no good just playing a sport. You have to work on specific parts of your sport. And this is what he did for me, and it made me a far better bowler.
Trevor's major sporting achievements include: he's the top-ranked skipper for South Australia in the 2016 Australian Bowling Arm National Side Championships. The 2021 Bowls South Australia Volunteer of the Year finalist, with recognition of being the Zinc Broken Hill Bowling Club greenkeeper, tournament director and head of engineering. Sounds like you have most of the jobs there, Trevor. Trevor's competed for South Australia at the National Bowling Arm National Championships on 4 different occasions. He's the Zinc Broken Hill Bowling Club Pairs Champion 2001, 2010, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019. He's also the Zinc Broken Hill Bowling Club Singles Champion 2009 and 2020/21. He's the Silver City Bowling Association Champion of Champions in 2015 and 2018. He's the South Australian Region 4 Champion of Champions in 2018 and the 2019 South Australia Region 4 Champion of Champions was Trevor Barry. Trevor is being inducted tonight by Lily Stokes. Lily, if you'd like to come forward stage. Lily enjoys giving all sports a try. Lily has represented Broken Hill in basketball, playing in 2 carnivals this season for Broncos under-12s, as well as playing in local competition. Suspiciously like our last time. Lily swims with Alma Swimming Club and dances with Joy Baldwin School of Dance and plays for the Mighty Central Magpies. Lily is a keen participant in all school sporting galas days, swimming carnivals, athletics carnivals and cross country. Lily made it to the PWSA Swimming Carnival last year for the 50-metre freestyle, having only ever swam in 2 other races. Lily's looking forward to little athletics starting up again. Lily gets there too, what's not well done. Round of applause for Trevor Barry and Lily Stokes. Changing sports now. Our next inductee is Karen Bessel.
I guess it all started at North Primary School. The PE teacher thought that myself and my still good friend Marina was sort of had some talent for gymnastics, so we went off to the YMCA. From there, I guess we sort of started to compete in local competitions. Then we sort of represented Broken Hill in South Australia. Then we sort of represented South Australia for under-14s. In those days, it sort of went on levels of bronze, silver and gold. So then I represented South Australia for silver and gold. In 78, I was chosen just as a reserve for the Strasbourg World Championships, which were amazing. And then I actually got picked in the team for the 1979 World Games in Texas. It was an amazing experience, just to represent your country and just, growing up as a Broken Hill kid, the big wide world outside of Broken Hill was amazing. I think every athlete or every sports person from Broken Hill will say the same thing. Without the community, we wouldn't have been as successful as we were. They were just great in, we did a lot of fundraising, donations, and we couldn't have done it without the community support. So, for a small town of Broken Hill, they were a very generous community.
Keren's major sporting achievements included: she was awarded the Athletic Award of Distinction by Gymnastics Australia. This award is given to athletes who attend the Olympic Games, Senior World Championships and all the Commonwealth Games. She was also awarded a life membership of the Broken Hill Gymnastics Club. Keren has been inducted tonight by Zara Paul, so I'd like to invite Zara to come forward to the stage. Zara started her gymnastics journey when she was 4 years old and competed in her first competition in Adelaide, representing Broken Hill when she was just 5. She's always loved being upside down and flipping and twisting. Gymnastics has allowed her to further develop her physical creativity. Zara is super excited for this year's season, as she will be competing in level 5 routines, which is a big step up, but is looking forward to the challenge. Her greatest gymnastics achievements were last year when she became the state age champion for under 11, level 4. In the 2022 end of season presentation, Zara received the Royal Mayoral Award for outstanding achievements in women's gymnastics. Round of applause to Zara. Well done to both Zara and Keren. Round of applause. Our next inductee is Mitchell Clisby.
Hi everyone, my name is Mitchell Clisby and I competed as a footballer in both the AFL and the SAFL competitions. I played 151 games for North Adelaide and a handful of games for the Melbourne Football Club. Since retiring, I've moved back to the North Adelaide Football Club as a senior coach. Growing up in Broken Hill, I'm part of the Mighty West Football Club. The club and the people around the club taught me a lot. I'd like to thank my parents who are here tonight for their commitment to my career and just allowing me to follow my passion. Someone else I'd like to thank is Dale Tonkin. Obviously Tonki's very well known around Broken Hill, and the amount of kilometres we did on the road with him, and I think Mum and Dad would agree that he helped a lot of young footballers out in town. As I said, a lot of Ks on the road, and took us to many places all over New South Wales to compete and try out for various teams. So thank you to Tonki. It's a huge honour to be inducted into the Far West New South Wales Sporting Hall of Fame, and I think it's something I can reflect on in years to come with my own children, which will be quite special. Congratulations to all the other inductees, and have a great night everyone.
Mitch was unable to join us this evening, accepting the award on behalf of his better looking brother Luke. Mitch's honours include 151 SANFL games, including 1 state game for South Australia. He also played in the AFL for the Melbourne Football Club. He has North Adelaide Football Club life membership, and he was the 3rd best and fairest in their premiership year in 2018. I'd like to invite forward to the stage the RDA Far West Board member Sue Andrews to present this award to her. Sue didn't include a sporting bio, but she's pretty handy at tennis, I'm led to believe. Enjoys long walks. Our next inductee this evening is Brett Cook.
Hello everyone, my name is Brett Cook. I hail from Broken Hill. I started playing Australian football with Central Football Club in Broken Hill, and in 1990, the year I turned 17, I had my first year of senior footy. At the end of that year, I moved to Adelaide, South Australia, and played for Inaugural Footy Club. As a result, I got drafted at the end of that year to the AFL, to Fitzroy Football Club. Waited another year in Adelaide, then moved to Fitzroy in 1993. Over the next 4 years, so 93 to 96, I played 25 senior games and about 70 reserve games, and was lucky enough to finish top 10 at BNF in 1995. At the end of 96, Fitzroy merged with Brisbane and went into the draft and was picked at number 6 in the pre-season draft by St Kilda. I was lucky enough to find myself playing in the final series, and we made it to the grand final and played against the Adelaide Crows, and disappointingly lost that game, but obviously the highlight in my career to be able to play on the biggest stage of the year in the grand final, and I think there's some absolutely huge achievements made by people from Broken Hill. So very humbled and very proud to have been nominated, so thank you for those who did. I hope everyone had a great night. As I said, I'm really humbled to be nominated, and I hope this Hall of Fame gets bigger and better as the years go on. Cheers.
Brett's unable to join us tonight, unfortunately. As a Crow supporter, I thank you for being on the receiving end of that 97 grand final. Brett's major sporting achievements include he played in the 1997 AFL Grand Final against the Crows. He was a two-time best and fairest winner for Kindness Football Netball Club. He was an under-19s best and fairest for Norwood Football Club in 1991. Played 43 AFL games, 105 AFL reserve games, 1 SANFL game, 30 SANFL reserve games, 12 SANFL under-19s games, including the best and fairest. And he played 15 AFL Broken Hill games for the Central Football Club, and he was the third best and fairest in his first year. Round of applause to Brett. So we've got one more inductee, and then we're going to have a brief intermission. But this one's one who's unable to join us because he's literally plying his trade almost as we speak. Our next inductee is Isaac Cumming.
G'day, it's Isaac Cumming here. I just want to say sorry that I can't be there tonight, but I just wanted to say a quick thank you for the inclusion for the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame. It's something that I'm very grateful to be a part of, coming from such a great little city that is Broken Hill. There's been a lot of people who go on and do some pretty amazing things, and to be in a group with some of those people is something that I'm very appreciative for. I'm sorry that I can't be there tonight, but I hope you're all enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see some of you around the next time I'm home in Broken Hill. So enjoy. Cheers.
Some of Isaac's achievements to date, bearing in mind I'm sure many more will be added. In 2017, Isaac was awarded the 2017 Kevin Sheedy Medal for the Needful Player of the Year. Isaac is currently playing for GWS and has accrued in 55 games so far, so he's well on his way to being a 200 plus game player based on his trajectory. We're going to have a short break now, a chance to eat some food, get yourself a drink, go to the bathroom, and we'll get back to it in about 10 minutes time. Thank you.
people sort of logged in. Yeah, so I've been checking online as well as I think it was partially yours that you might have had the operator log in. There's nothing doing it. Yeah, there's been some steady people watching the sites.
Just a reminder too that the Fairy Floss machine at the back, whilst designed for the kids in the room, we've all been children at one point in our lives, so everyone is able to get Fairy Floss if they do want it. So even the adults are allowed to have some Fairy Floss. It's A-OK. As long as you're a responsible adult, after you've had the Fairy Floss. Our next inductee this evening is Phil Spurn.
My name is Philip Spurn. I'm 67 years old and born in Ballarat in Victoria. Came to Broken Hill 40 odd years ago for an overnight stay and haven't left. I've done a number of different sports, played a little bit of footy, not that well when I was young, did some motocross racing and then became interested in drag racing, and Andy Jenkins, a local man, told me about this Salt Lake over at Lake Edna. And I thought, yeah, well, that sounds interesting. So I went over there and started Salt Lake racing. It was all done from Broken Hill. Broken Hill gave me access to some of the really smartest engineering, talented people, some great facilities, and people that were keen to give you a hand to try to achieve what you wanted to do. The best memory I have is that when I first went over there, I thought, yeah, I can do 150 mile an hour piece of coke. The first year I did 146.7 mile an hour. It took 9 years to get it over the 150 mile an hour mark. And so that was pretty special. I felt pretty good about that. And since going over there, so far I've set 4 Australian speed records. I've had the fastest bike in that class for nearly 19 years. Really all I was doing was having a lot of fun.
Phil's major sporting achievements include he has the Australian land speed motorcycle record holder in the classes. In 1995 until the current day today, he holds the land speed record in the MPF 1650 class. He held the land speed record in the MPG 1650 class from 1995 to 2021. He held the land speed record in the MPS PG 1650 class between 2006 and 2021. And he still holds, from 2004 until now, the MPS PF 1650 class land speed record. Phil is currently rebuilding his bike to compete again this year, so he's a bit of a madman, he's Phil. He's unable to be here with us tonight, unfortunately, so round of applause to Phil Wilson. Our next inductee this evening is Chris Fraser.
We were both working at Broken Suzuki Centre at the time, and I said, well, do you want to jump on the sidecar and let's have a go? He said, are you mad? And strangely enough, he said yes. He normally wears glasses, and he would take the glasses off and put them in his case prior to getting on the bike. And I said, what are you doing with me? Because I don't want to see where we're going. What we did, we never went out to achieve anything, really. We went out there, we were watching the fast guys, and we would say, well, man, it would be pretty cool to beat, go as fast as them and possibly beat them. Well, we head down arse up and we committed ourselves 100%. And we went out there and we beat these guys. That was the biggest thing for me. Competition's fantastic, but beating the guys that were super fast, that put me personally up there. The community, got right behind us. They believed in what we were doing, that we had the ability to do it. So everybody got right behind us. There's no doubt about that.
It's a big buzz when you know that there's people out there who supporting,
Everybody wants to be an Australian champion, and we drove towards that. And personally, I drove towards that like you wouldn't believe it. I focused on that. That's all it meant to be. To me, was to be Australian champion. So it was a tremendous feeling, and very emotional when it happened. I couldn't have wished it for anything better. We are very honoured.
Exactly.
Very, very honoured to be included in the first inductees into the Hall of Fame. Very privileged, and we are both very humble, and we thank you.
We didn't do what we did to get what's happening now, because we had so much fun.
That was the best bit. Winning was a bonus. Not crashing first.
Congratulations, Chris, and congratulations, Trevor. It seems there's a theme developing here that if it's on wheels and it's got an engine, it's much more fun than using your own body to propel yourself around the room and do different things. So it sounds like these guys are having a great time. Chris's major sporting achievements include the 3-time South Australian 1000cc sidecar championships, 3-time South Australian 500cc sidecar championships, 1 Victorian 500cc sidecar championship, 3 Australian national 500cc championships, and 3 Australian land speed records. Chris will be inducted tonight by Hamish Finch. Hamish, if you'd like to come forward stage now. Hamish started motocross in 2018 when he was 5 years old, after his older brother started a couple of years earlier. Hamish lives 4 hours from Broken Hill on the sheep station, so being able to get to regular trainings and making it to all games in the sport can be a little bit tricky. For Hamish's training in motocross, he helps his family mustering on motorbikes, chasing sheep and goats. Hamish loves coming to town for motocross. He has made lots of new friends who he loves riding with, and he appreciates everyone in the club that is involved in making his days motocross possible. His rounds of motocross in Broken Hill are his 5 favourite weekends of the year. Also, Chris and Hamish should have matching hairstyles for the evening too. Our next inductee this evening is Jason Giobbi.
Hello, my name is Jason Giobbi. I competed in the Winter Olympics in 1998, and that was a culmination of 10 years in the sport of bobsleigh. I also went to the 94 games in Lillehammer in Norway. I'm very proud. Been born in Broken Hill, and I always do sort of spruik the town wherever I went, and certainly when you fill out bios for Olympic Games, etc., or championships, they always want to know where you were born or where you live. So I always mention Broken Hill as much as I could. To be included in this Hall of Fame, Far Western New South Wales Hall of Fame is a great honour. It's something that wasn't expected, and I am truly grateful for. I don't really like a lot of the limelight, but I certainly do acknowledge that it's a great honour to be listed amongst these athletes.
Jason's major sporting achievements include he placed 22nd in the 2-man bobsleigh event at the Nagano Winter Olympics in 1998. He placed 23rd in the 4-man bobsleigh event at the Nagano Winter Olympics in 1998. In the Europa Cup, he finished in 3rd place, and his highest World Cup placing was 15th place. Jason is being inducted tonight by Thomas King. Thomas, if you don't come forward to stage. Thomas loves all sports. He plays basketball, soccer, and is a keen athletics competitor. Thomas has represented Broken Hill at both regional and state carnivals in athletics, and has his sights set on higher achievements. Our next inductee is Kim Harvey.
My name is Kim Harvey, and I was a gymnast back in the 70s. I've been inducted into the Hall of Fame because I competed at the Commonwealth Games in 1978 in Edmonton, Canada. I competed under the name Kim Marston, was my maiden name. And I was also on the national team with Marina Silversich for about 4 years. So we travelled to many countries, China, Canada, America, New Zealand, to compete for our country. I'll never forget marching out into the stadium at the opening ceremony. We were the first country to come out because the games were being held in Brisbane the following games, and so we were the first country to come out, and the roar of the crowd, I don't even know what music was playing, but the roar of the crowd was just amazing. I'm absolutely thrilled and really humbled to be inducted into the Inaugural Sporting Hall of Fame. For the town to recognise, the hard work, not just my hard work, but the hard work of my coach, and also the fact that we would never have got there without the support of the city of Broken Hill. And for me, I don't live here anymore, but it's always my hometown. But to be inducted into a Hall of Fame, it gives me a permanent connection to the town that I love so much.
Kim's major sporting achievements include: she competed at the 1978 Commonwealth Games in Edmonton, Canada. She was a member of the 1978 Australian Women's Artistic Gymnastics team competing in the Pan Pacific Games against the United States and Canada. She was a member of the 1977 Australian Women's Artistic Gymnastics team competing in China. She was a member of the 1976 Women's Artistic... Sorry, losing the microphone. We're back. Member of the 1976 Australian Women's Artistic Gymnastics team competing in Hawaii and New Zealand. And in 1975, Kim was named in the National Elite Gold Squad. And in 1974, Kim was named in the Australian Junior Squad. Kim will be inducted tonight by Zoe Milstead. Zoe, if you make it on stage. Zoe has been an avid competition gymnast with the Broken Hill Gymnastics and Kinder Gym Club since 2020, but prior to that, attending recreational gymnastics since she was 4 years of age. Zoe also enjoys playing basketball, netball, and is involved in a local swimming club. Zoe has competed in numerous gymnastic competitions, including the South Australian Country Championships, South Australian State Championships, and Port Pirie Invitationals, placing third all around in the SA Country Championships for Level 3 under 8s. In 2022, she was awarded the Marina Silversich and Karen Bailey Perpetual Trophy for dedicated effort to training and competition performance by the Broken Hill Gymnastics and Kinder Gym Club. It's a mouthful. Zoe aims to continue competition gymnastics and has high hopes of attending the Olympics one day. Our next inductee is Milton Hawke Senior.
My name's Milton Hawke, lived at Silverton for most of my junior lives, and started playing quoits basically when Dad was practicing right beside my bed, and over the years just picked up the game. I've won 9 Australian 1001 Open Championships. That's the elite high you can go. 4 runner-ups in the Nationals. We've been involved with Broken Hills Association by winning the A grade on 8 occasions, and involved in all those teams. And I've always recognised myself as a person that's achieved as much as what I possibly could, and to be awarded this type of induction is fantastic for me and my family. The amount of work, hours that we've put in over the last 60-something odd years, it's been great.
Milton's major sporting achievements include: he's a 20-time Broken Hill Men's Open Singles champion. He's an 18-time Broken Hill Men's Pairs champion. He's 11 times Broken Hill Mixed Indoor Bowl Singles champion. 4-time Men's South Australian State Pairs champion. 2-time South Australian State Singles Titles champion, 2-time South Australian grandson Aaron. He's a competitor in the Australian Indoor Bowls Council Australian Championships since 2000. He's won 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals in that time. Vice President of the South Australian Indoor Bowls Association, the Chairman of Selection for the Australian Indoor Bias Bowls Council for the Trans-Tasman Trophy, and he's in the Australian Rope Quoits Hall of Fame. Quite a CV. Milton will be inducted tonight by Annie Andrews. Annie, join us on the stage. Emmy Andrews enjoys showing her horse Clooney in Western performance. In 2022, Emmy took home 2 national titles from the Australian Quarter Horse Association National Show. She also enjoys playing netball. Her team has been undefeated in the grand finals for the last 3 years. Our next inductee this evening is Milton Hawke Jr.
Name is Milton Walter Hawke. I've lived all my life in Broken Hill. My sporting achievements include 2 sports, Broken Hill Rope Quoits, and I play indoor bias bowls. Quoits was a family sport. Basically played with, I followed in my father's footsteps. Started as a 7-year-old. I progressed through the ranks into the junior section, won my first Australian title in 1996. I then managed to successfully defend that title for 4 more years, so I ended up being a 5-time intermediate men's champion. I then moved into the senior ranks in 2001, and I actually won my first event in the 2001 Australian Open Singles. Crowning achievement, I believe, was the three-peat, where I won 3 consecutive Australian Open titles in 2011, 2012 and 2013. The community support was quite overwhelming at times. The BDT, the local and the 2DH radio would, especially when we as Broken Hill held our Australian titles in town, would provide tremendous coverage. I'm really speechless about this award.
Milton was unable to join us this evening, so accepting the award on his behalf is his sister, Sam Hawke. Just to recap Milton's major sporting achievements, he's a 9-time All-Australian Rope Quoits Team of the Year, gold in the 2018 Australian Indoor Bowls Mixed Fours, silver in the 2016 Australian Indoor Bowls Men's Triples, 5-time Australian Intermediate Rope Quoits Singles Champion, 7-time Australian Open 1001 Up Singles Champion as well. Inducting Milton Jr. into the Far West Broken Hill Sporting Hall of Fame will be the selection committee member, Colin Casey. That's right. Our next inductee this evening, this will be a popular one. is Casey Johns.
My name is Casey Johns and I compete in the sport of boxing. I've competed for 11 years, between the years of 1988 and 1999. In my career I have over 100 fights. 1994, after my first Australian titles, I was chosen for the 2000 Olympic squad. It's such a small community like Broken Hill. And they love their sports and they want to see people go all the way. So thank you, Broken Hill. I feel so honoured. It's an incredible achievement. I really can't believe it. First, I'd like to thank everybody who's put this Hall of Fame together. To my family who backed me 100% along the way. My dad for taking me worldwide. All of my local sparring partners, thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And the Broken community for your support and donations along the way. I couldn't have done it without you guys either. So thank you.
Casey's major sporting achievements include 6-time South Australian champion. He was selected for the 2000 Australian Olympic boxing squad. Won the gold medal in the Oceania titles held in Papua New Guinea. Was a light welterweight representative of the Australian international boxing team. He competed in the World Cup in China. He competed in the King's Cup in Bangkok. He won the bronze in the Arafura Games in Darwin. And he won bronze at the 1998 Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur. Casey will be inducted by his children tonight, Caden and Taya. I'd like to invite both of them forward. Caden is 11 years old and a kind and loving young man. He enjoys playing basketball, gaming and hanging out with his mates. He is currently part of Next Start Productions, where he's hoping to snag an acting role on Netflix at next week's Agency Showcase held in Sydney. Taya is 3 years old. She likes going to daycare with her friends. She enjoys colouring and drawing. She also loves to watch Cocomelon. Oh, and ice cream. She really loves ice cream. Our next inductee is Ray Johnston.
I'm a locally born and bred fellow who's actually fourth generation in Broken Hill, and sort of been riding most of my life, involved with horses, but never had any interest in any of the horse competitions until I saw a demonstration at the local show from the South Australian Police who came out and gave a demonstration on tent pegging, and that really piqued my interest, and that kicked off because there was a team just starting up a club here in Broken Hill at the time. Ridden with a number of different teams and tried out for the Australian selection for teams to go overseas a couple of times. We were selected as a team to go to India to compete in the World Championships, where we came back with gold medals in the team's Lancers and silver medal in the team's single, what we call a single file or Indian file event. Look, I find it very humbling. Tent pegging is a very small and little known sport, and so to be recognised in amongst all of those great sport people who have achieved the highest level I think is very humbling, and so and appreciative. It's just great. I feel very lucky.
Ray's major sporting achievements include the 2010 World Championships held in Noida, India, where he won a gold medal in the team's Lancers event and silver in team Indian file event. Ray has competed in 3 World Championships. He has a long list of titles including regional, state and national championships. In 2004, Ray won 4 Australian national titles and another 3 in 2007 to add to his impressive collection. Ray will be inducted this evening into the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame by his grandchildren Joe and Piper Beerman. Joe and Piper, Ray's grandchildren, are very proud to be presenting this award to their grandfather tonight. Both love sports and play soccer, basketball and football, and share a love of water and swimming. Piper is also a keen gymnast and has inherited her grandfather's love of horses. Our next inductee is Paul Monero.
Hi, my name is Paul Monero. I was born and raised in Broken Hill. I grew up playing cricket, rugby, but I fell in love with the sport of American football, which is known as gridiron in Australia. In 1987, I received a scholarship to play at Inaugural Community College for gridiron in Mississippi, and then I went on to play at the University of Hawaii where I received a full scholarship, and I was there for 3 years. When I returned from the University of Hawaii, I started to play and coach in Australia. Well, I have a great love for the outdoor, and I think being outdoors all the time, going hunting with my father, also going out there and just being out in the bush and just loving the great outdoors and learning how to play sport, out at Penrose Park as a kid on the weekend. To me, just developed my great outdoor love of sport, and I just think that helped me, just to develop as a person. It's a real honour. I'm so proud to be inducted into the Far West New South Wales Sporting Hall of Fame, and it means a lot to me, and it also means a lot to my family as well.
Paul's major sporting achievements include the Gridiron New South Wales Men's Division 1 Coach of the Year last year. Paul's company, Bring It On Sports, won the bid for Gridiron Australia to host the 2019 International Federation for American Football World Championships. Paul had his jersey retired from the University of New South Wales Raiders in 2015. As part of the technical committee of the International Federation for American Football between 2006 and 2012, the president of the Australian Gridiron Coaches Association, which he established from 1994 to 2007. He was inducted into the Gridiron New South Wales Hall of Fame in 2003. He was nominated to the inaugural All-Australian National Gridiron team in 1986. He was an academic all-conference gridiron player for the Western Athletic Conference in America in 1991. As he mentioned, he was a full scholarship player to play gridiron at the University of Hawaii in 1989, and he was awarded a scholarship at the Itawamba Community College in 1988. Paul will be inducted tonight by Rory Sharnock. Rory. Rory loves all sports, especially if there's a ball involved. Rory's been playing soccer, basketball and AFL for the past couple of years and has excelled in all 3 arenas. Rory dreams of playing sport professionally one day, but he says he's still trying to figure out which sport. That's what I want. inductee, then we're going to have another intermission. The reason we need an intermission after this inductee is that the CV is pretty bloody long. So our next inductee is Darren Nichols.
Yeah, Darren Nichols, I'm a clay target shooter, have been since I was 12 years old. It's a sport you can do, until you drop basically, and yeah, I love it. I've been all over the world with it. You start shooting for a reason, that's because you like the sport, you like what you're doing. You're going to run into times where you're not shooting good and you might feel a bit disheartened. Don't worry about it. Think back to when I started because I want to have fun. And you just do your thing, shoot one target at a time, put an effort in from the start of the comp to the end, every single target, and it'll take care of itself. You don't have to worry about scoreboards and that. You just shoot the target and things fall into place. It's an honour. I'm glad they thought of me to win this award. Yeah, it's good to have our sport recognised too. That's a good thing.
Recommend everybody in the room, if you have a spare hour and a half later in the night, have a read through Darren's achievements in the program there. It's pretty impressive. I won't go through them all individually because we have homes and places to be eventually. But he's won over 50 Australian state titles, 16 Australian titles. He's been selected in the Australian team more than 20 times. He's captained the Australian team, won titles in New Zealand, Australia and South Africa. He was world champion at the 9th World Down the Line Championships in 2010. He's the Australian champion of champions. 5 times winner of the Doug Smith Medal, including the first person to win it 3 times in a row. Darren set the Australian record winning the 2014 Australian National Single Barrel Championships and the Australian National Long Break record of 1,553 straight in 2014. Well done, Darren. Darren will be inducted tonight by Jai Johnston. Jai loves school, learning and sports, and he plays soccer, basketball and swimming. Jai's first passion is soccer. He began playing when he was 5 years old. He eagerly awaits the start of the season every year and dreams of playing soccer for Australia one day. Very good of Darren to join us this evening. He has a busy next couple of weeks planned. He's heading off to South Africa next week to captain the Australian team again, so we wish him all the very best. I'll remind you, Darren, we can't induct you twice, so try and slow down a little bit, please. We're going to have another quick break, another 10-minute break, so if you'd like to go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, please do so now. Thank you, sure.
What sort? No sugar.
No, hell no.
Diet.
This one should last today.
Well, we don't have that many early, so.
I might go get some fresh air for a second, I'll be back. many events in 7 weeks? We've got up to about 20, but it's dropped back down to about 3. Because I suppose there's more people inducted now. Well, send it on. Yeah. But no, it's been good. I've been watching go up, go down. We had Abby Carpenter going crazy, so that was good. Had a couple of people link through mine, areas and stuff. So, yeah, that's good. How you been? Been front out. We're massively just. I've been there for 2 and a bit years now. Yeah. So everything that I was doing with Telstra, I'm doing at a nationwide level that I'm with now, which I see team coverage services Australia. I think it was the name Edge, based on the location where you previously worked in completely different organisation. That was experts, IT, and that was which was originally XF. That's got to be a weird sense. Yeah. Experts in IT is also so they come down we do everything from phones, phone lines, internet, all the usuals. But everything that I was doing in Telstra brought over to the company. So now we've started a company called Coverage Services Australia. We do internet solutions, we do large-scale Wi-Fi nationwide. So, we national parks, Transport New South Wales, Darwin Shires and stuff like that. We do large-scale stuff for them. All the way through to local businesses where we do fix out there. Good example, one of our biggest customers is Missouri House. So because we put in cellular boosters throughout their stores, even in the cities, because everything's cellular, all the apps and stuff. Correct. That's true. I mean, it's a point of frustration for me that we have in town. Yeah. Your internet reception is so we're waiting for a phone call from Lindsay from Inaugural. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah. Once the person can drive away, because we're actually looking at we said to Lindsay once before that, we can use that as a test bed. We'll put in, the enclosure, the boosters, the antennas and stuff, and show how well it works, and then implement what we can optimization, just so I can move it. Where are you going to be for the week? I'll give you the information I gave Lindsay. I'll drop you the info that we had. So it's in that's what I'm going to go to the musicians club around 11 o'clock because we're putting in the same enclosure stuff. Yeah, and it's going to be this an ongoing issue really. So it's one of those obviously no guys go to so when you get things from Sydney and those other places to be able to offer we do the area that we do all the coverage and actually see something pop up on the screen. We actually do Telstra both 3G, 4G and 5G and 5G release. We have 50 bands and it's going to replace 3G next year. On the same frequency band, so you're going to get awesome coverage from all frequencies.
we'll change the batting order. This is how it wants, is the selection committee. Our next inductee, we'll hear from Nick Roberts later, but our next inductee is Tani Tester. So for those who are unaware of Tani's journey, her major sporting achievements include: she was the Western Australian AFLW 2019 Joanne Huggins leading goal kicker, two-time A-grade Melbourne Cricket Club Fielding Award, South Fremantle Football Club 2019 runner-up best and fairest, South Fremantle Football Club 2019 leading goal kicker. She was selected for the 2017 leadership group for South Fremantle Football Club, four-time AFL Broken Hill Women's Team of the Year, West Broken Football Club 2016 best and fairest, three-time AFL Broken Hill Women's leading goal kicker, four-time North Broken Hill Football Club leading goal kicker, co-captain of the 2015 North Broken Hill Women's Team, AFL Broken Hill's first female to play 50 games, AFL Broken Hill's first female to kick 10 goals in a game, two-time North Broken Hill Football Club Most Valuable Player. Tani's unavailable to join us tonight, but round of applause to Tani Tester. Freestyle. This is good. Our next inductee is Natalie Thomas.
My sporting achievements included playing for New South Wales state team in hockey for 3 years. I also was selected as a junior state golfer for a lot of my junior career, as well moving on towards my main sport, which was soccer. I was lucky enough to be selected from 1996 for the first National Women's Soccer League. This is prior to all the W leagues that you see now. From that there, I was scouted and also then selected into the Matildas squad, which was the first Australian centralised program based out of the AIS in 1998. To travel over to New Zealand and play for the Matildas in the World Cup qualifiers, being able to put on the green and gold and play my first match for them was amazing. And I was actually lucky enough to score a hat-trick on debut, which I will always remember. I feel absolutely amazed and grateful that I've been given this accolade, and I really like to thank those who nominated me, and also I'd like to congratulate everyone else tonight who deserves being put on the Hall of Fame as well. Thank you.
Natalie's major sporting achievements include the Most Valuable Player Award at the AFL Masters in 2018 and 2019, the AFL Masters All-Australian Selection in 2017, 2018 and 2019. As she mentioned, she scored a hat-trick on debut for the Matildas. She had a Queensland Academy of Sports Scholarship from 2000 to 2003. She had a South Australian Sports Institute Scholarship from 1996 to 1999. She was a Queensland State AFL player from 2013 to 2015. She played in the Australian National Soccer League from 1996 to 2003, and she played in the World Cup qualifiers in 1998. Natalie is unable to join us tonight, but she is represented tonight by her mother, Anne Thomas. Her award will be presented by Levi Charnock. Levi, if you may come forward, please. Levi has a passion for both basketball and soccer. He started playing soccer for St Joe's Soccer Club when he was 5 years old, and he's been playing basketball for the Rockets in the local Broken Hill competition. Levi loves the thrill of close and competitive games, and when he's not playing, he spends his time watching documentaries about NBA stars and researching player statistics. Sure. Kato also wanted to point out that Natalie was also a very, very good golfer. So she's talented enough to keep more praise from it. We've built it up now, and without further ado, our next inductee, Mick Rose.
I'm Mick Ravens, born in Broken Hill. Started racing after the war, and for the likes of myself and a few others were too heavy to be jockeys, they used to put on an amateur race on the program every second Saturday. So I got riding in the amateur races. Wasn't a top jockey, but I rode a few winners. I was lucky enough to be on good horses. And then started my trainer's license in 1950 and had about 5 or 6 horses. Always wanted to get a better horse. But I had been to Flemington many times, but never been to a Melbourne Cup until 1968. To be there with 85,000 people and to have the horse, saddle up the horse to win by 8 lengths and run a race record was something you'd never dream of in the history of horse training. You're lucky enough to have a runner, to win so easy and so well. I was very pleased when I got the information that I was going to have it in Broken Hill. But to be involved in this far western district Hall of Fame and being born in Broken Hill, worked in Broken Hill, I think it's one of the greatest things happened to me.
Mick's major sporting achievements include he is the oldest living Melbourne Cup winning trainer. He's the first trainer to win consecutive Melbourne Cups in the 20th century. Rain Lovell, which was the horse that he won so much success with, was inducted into the Australian Racing Hall of Fame in 2014. Rain Lovell was also named the Australian Horse of the Year in 1969 after its second Melbourne Cup win. And we had a grandstand named in his honour just over the hill there at St Patrick's Race Club in Broken Hill. Unfortunately, Mick is unable to join us tonight. Our next inductee is Troy Scott.
Yeah, mine's Troy Scott, 54 years of age, born in Broken Hill. Well, I started out as a 10-year-old with Broken Hill Midwife Club, which is something I really enjoyed. From there, I progressed at the age of 16 to the Broken Speedway Club, where I learned to ride a speedway bike. 1990, I moved to the UK to start my international career, where I was fortunate enough to ride for Wimbledon to begin with and Rye House. Gradually I made my way into the first division, the main team, and that year Derek was lucky enough to make it into the Gold Cup final, which we won, and I was a member of that team, which was, that was very, very special. So it's really amazing that I, from a little boy, from the bush sort of thing, I've come all this way to sort of make it to that level was incredible.
Troy's major sporting achievements include lifetime pass for the Berwick Bandits racing team, racing with the Taranaki Tigers in the New Zealand Speedway League. He represented Australia in the Ivan Morgan QBE International Solo Touring Team. He was selected to race for Scotland against a world team. He won the Stars of Tomorrow meeting in 1991, and he's a team member with the Division 1 British League Berwick Bandits. Presenting to Troy tonight will be Lester Andrews. Lester. Lester Andrews rides motocross, plays basketball and soccer, and is involved in all school sport gala days. Having fun with his mates is what he enjoys most about sport. Our next inductee is David Sedgwick.
I'm David Sedgwick. I was born and bred in Broken Hill, but I've been involved in sport all my life. Aussie rules in cricket from an early age, Western Steelfleet, New League, all the way through to coaching, playing, coaching, administrating. So it was something that really fascinated me. I always enjoyed what I was doing. I was very fortunate growing up, in the 60s and early 70s and playing Australian rules and playing cricket with some of the mentors I had, some of the sportsmen that I had that I played with and played against really helped me and encouraged me and showed me the way. And the coaches I had and the players I played with, as I said previously, I've been very fortunate to have those. And that was the golden era in Broken Hill, the late 60s and 70s.
Springer's major sporting achievements include: he's the AFL Broken Hill Chairman and Vice Chairman for a total of 13 years. He received the South Australian National Football League Merit Award. Also received the AFL Merit Award. He won the Best and Fairest for West Alice Springs in 1975. Played 170 senior games for West Broken Hill Football Club, as well as playing in the South Australian National Football League too. So well done to David. David will be inducted tonight by Mackenzie Stokes. Mackenzie. Mackenzie enjoys giving all sports a try. She represented Broken Hill in basketball, playing in 2 carnivals this season for Broncos under 12s, as well as playing in the local age comp for the last 3 years. She swims with Albert Swim Club and has danced with Joy Walker to a dance. Once again, we know what she gets up to. It's all right. Well done to Mackenzie. Our next inductee, check, it's our last inductee too. No, so there's 2 to go, my bad, is Marina Silversich.
I started gymnastics when I was 9 at North Public School with our old PE teacher, and from there we joined the gymnastics club. It's quite unusual, probably you wouldn't see it as much now, that you're able to have grown up, trained and done everything from the hometown. Now you would need to be, away in a sporting institute of some sort. So we were very, very lucky to still grow up here, live at home, train and go away to compete for Broken Hill. The the community of Broken Hill is probably the reason we got where we got. Without their support, we would never have been able to compete at that level. It was amazing to compete with local girls in an international side, to go away to World Championships and Commonwealth Games and have someone else from your hometown compete with you, to have competed at the Olympics against gymnasts at a level that was just unbelievable. That was just amazing. I'm very humble and honoured to be actually recognised and put into it. For people to want me to be a part of it is very humbling.
Marina's major sporting achievements include: she was awarded the New South Wales Sporting Blue for gymnastics in high school. She was selected for the Roll of Honour by Gymnastics Australia. She was awarded the Athletic Award of Distinction by Gymnastics Australia. She was the winner of the Australian Gymnastics Federation's Olympic Trials for Women's Gymnastics. She was the 1979 Australian National Open Women's Gymnastics Champion for the third consecutive year. She competed in the World Gymnastics Championships in Fort Worth, Texas in 1979. She received the International Gymnastics Federation pin, which is awarded for achieving a required all-round score in an international event. She was a winner of the Commonwealth Games trials in women's gymnastics. She competed in the Open Invitational Championships in Hawaii and New Zealand. She has numerous state open gymnastics titles. Marina will be inducted tonight by Azalea Delbridge. Yes, thank you, Gana. She did also attend the Moscow Olympics in 1980. Wasn't on my running sheet. She's too humble to even mention that. Zalia has a passion for all things sport. She enjoys the challenges of both team sports and individual sports. She strives to do her best in both gymnastics and netball. She's hoping to be a professional netballer one day, although now she's been in Marina, I hope she considers gymnastics too. We move to our last inductee, and I have a strong feeling this will also be a big crowd favourite. I'd like to invite forward Trevor Woolcock. I'll apologise to Trevor because we already heard from him tonight on the video, so we're not going to replay the same video over again. So I'll make you walk up here while I read out your many sporting achievements, which include South Australian 1000cc sidecar long track champion in 1986, 1987 and 1988. South Australian 500cc sidecar long track champion in 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 1994 and 1996. Australian 500cc sidecar long track champion in 1989, 1994 and 1996. Quite a resume. Trevor will be inducted tonight by Nash Zanin. Nash, if you'd like to come forward. Nash is an avid sportsman with the heart of a lion. Nash gives any sport a go, but his favourites are football, basketball and motocross. Got more. Nash could swim 50 metres at 3 years old. I can't swim at 38. Making him the youngest swimmer at the swimming club to make that distance. Nash has represented Broken Hill as part of the Bronco basketball team. In 2022, Nash was awarded overall Best Male Sportsman at Burke Ward and age champion in all events. Nash also won the George McGann Memorial Shield at the West Football Club in 2022. Nash hopes that one day he will be inducted to the Far West Sporting Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal proceedings this evening, but what I would recommend, and I've enjoyed doing around the room so far tonight, is for those who are here in support, or in awe like I am, get around and speak to some of these athletes who've achieved amazing things throughout the night. Buy them a drink. I'm sure they didn't get into whatever field they chose to have drinks bought for them, but some of the stories they must have about the dedication, the hard work, and the journey along the way is certainly worth listening to. I encourage people to hang around and have a drink, but everyone is free to leave now, obviously. Thank you so much once again to everybody who helped put this together, particularly the Regional Development Australia Far West team, mostly Michael and Gaynor for their hard work. It's been a phenomenal night, and I think we hope the plan is going forward that we'll do this every 2 to 3 years. So even if you're sitting in the room tonight and you're thinking, you know what, so-and-so should be in these awards, or this person deserves the award as well, there's a nomination process going forward, and there's a committee that will review each of the nominations, and in 2 to 3 years' time, we look forward to inducting another set of amazing athletes that the program goes to offer. My name's Alex Page. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you tonight, folks, and please enjoy the rest of the night.